Oh, hey, welcome back, and thanks for tuning into my channel. So today, I'm going to be reviewing, rating, and giving facts on Saw 4. Haha, woo! Saw 4 came out October 26th of 2007. Once again, with the trend of one every year, it's 1 day shy of the previous film's 1-year anniversary. Now, this film had the same budget as Saw 3 at $10 million, but it only raked in about $137 million worldwide, which is about $30 million short of Saw 3. But the studio still made bank, so it doesn't really matter. But I think the reason why it made less money is because although you have the dedicated franchise, like my cousin, who is why I keep doing the Saw franchise reviews, they're going to make money off them. But then you have the other people that just go see it, or like, oh, really, another one? Especially because like in Saw 3, you saw Jigsaw die. And so in this one, I know me, for the trailer, I was like, how are they making another one? He's dead. What? But I still watched it anyways. And then you have the other people that go and buy the Blu-ray or the DVD or whatever, or rent it, because this is still at the time when Blockbuster was a thing, and go watch that shit. And I really like it. It's a really good original idea, and it takes place during Saw 3. And so it's not a direct sequel. It takes place during Saw 3 so it can set up how there's going to be more sequels, because like with the first one, at the end of the first Saw, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm not really expecting a sequel at all. That was a good movie. And the second one, you're like, okay, there's definitely going to be a sequel. And the third one, you're like, oh, it's over. And then the fourth one comes out, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? How is there a fourth one? Jigsaw's dead. At least that's what I thought, like I said. But Boseman returned to direct. He did not want to return to direct, but the studio convinced him to read the script. And when he saw how good the script was and the huge twist, he was like, okay, I gotta be a part of this shit. The practical effects in this movie are fantastic. Like, this shit that happens in this movie is so convincing. It's just beautiful. I love horror movies where, like, that shit is like, wow, that's convincing as shit. That looks real as fuck. Hell yeah, how the hell they do that? Hollywood is magical. But, so, let's go on this adventure and see how Jigsaw is continuing his games after death, shall we? Saw 4 opens up on the autopsy of John Kramer, Jigsaw, revealing a tape. Upon discovery of the tape, Detective Hoffman shows up to see what is on it.
Are you there, Detective? If so, you're probably the last man standing. Now perhaps you will succeed where the others have failed. You think you will walk away untested? I promise that my work will continue. You think it's over just because I'm dead? It's not over. The games have just begun.
Okay, so some facts. This scene was actually the original scripted ending of Saw 3. But they took it out to give the illusion that it's over, that there's no more games. So that's what I really liked about them including this into this one, because that's the shock factor. Already, in the very beginning, there's a shock factor, which I love it. Because, at the end of Saw 3, like I said, you're like, oh, well, it's over. No more Saws. Okay, bye-bye then. And then, the beginning, you're like, oh, there's a tape. That's right, I remember him covering that tape in wax. Because, remember, in Saw 3, it did not show him swallow the tape. You just see him talking to the doctor, and he pours wax on it. And then that's it. Which I remember watching, and I was like, why the hell did he pour wax on the tape? But you see this in the stomach, you're like, oh, shit. He's some genius. He's planned this out, like, past his death. It's so good. So fucking good. If you tell me that's not good, then you're fucking lying. Also, when you see this autopsy scene, a lot of people kind of were like, what about it? Because they're like, that's not very professional, because it was very gruesome. The doctor wasn't very precise, like that. And the reason why they did that is because, yes, it's a horror film. It's supposed to be gory. But, at this time, CSI was really big. I mean, it's still big, but not as big as it was. And all these detective shows where there's tons of autopsy scenes, and they wanted it to separate it from that and just make it different. So they made it extremely gory, which it's pretty fucking gory. I remember watching it, and I was like, damn, that's pretty fucking gory already. And it's just an autopsy scene. Also, I couldn't show that much of the autopsy scene because in my last video, when I showed the entire surgery on Jigsaw's head. That scene, I got an email saying that, what's the one I'm looking for? Oh, yeah. Can't be, the video is blocked in some countries because of the gore. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Well, but it makes sense because there are a lot of countries that will digitally edit out blood. Dude. Anyways, so yeah, this film or this scene was really good. I liked it because just the holy, like, oh my fucking God, no way. You know what I mean? I like it. But also that fucking, the reason why John Kramer's body looks so real, it's not obviously the actor being cut open. It's a fake thing, but it looks so real. That body took 3 weeks to construct. 3 fucking weeks, bro. That's insane. Okay, well, I'm talking too much in between these scenes. So let's see who's Jigsaw's victim this time, shall we? Officer Riggs wakes up in a bathtub of running cold water. Then he realizes that he is Jigsaw's next victim.
Hello, Officer Rigg. Welcome to your rebirth. For years you stood by and witnessed as your colleagues have fallen. You have remained untouched, while Eric Matthews has disappeared. But with your survival came your obsession. Obsession to stop those around you from making the wrong choices, thus preventing you from making the right ones. You wanted to save everyone. Tonight, I give you the opportunity to face your obsession. Look closely. Eric Matthews is still alive. The block of ice he stands upon is melting. He has but 90 minutes to save himself. Detective Hoffman's fate is linked to Eric's survival. Heed my warning, Officer Rigg. Their lives hang in the balance of your obsession. Will you learn how to let go and truly save them? The choice is yours.
Okay, so some facts. This is the first Saw movie where the main protagonist is not trapped in any way. He's in his own house. He can choose to play the game or not play the game. But that's the whole test. That is the game. This time, it's just like in the first or the third one, when Jeff's test or his game was to forgive and then, live for something other than his vengeance. This is to teach Rigg to stop obsessing over stuff and just live his life. And all he has to do is make his choice whether to continue to play the game or not to play the game. Which is it? So I think that's really unique, once again, because they keep changing it up. Like, if it opened up just like the first one every single time, oh, a person is trapped and they gotta maim themselves somehow to fucking get out and live. Then that would be fucking boring, okay? That would suck. I think that would really suck. But let's see what happens to Rigg and his journey through Jigsaw's game. As he explores his house, Officer Rigg comes across his first test.
Your first test. The person in front of you is in desperate need of help, but it is not your job to save them. You view this person as a victim. If you were to see what I see, beneath the mask lies a criminal undeserving of the life she leads. Your obsession tells you to save the victim. I tell you to walk away. The choice is yours.
Okay, so spoiler alert. By taking off the mask of the chick, he already failed his test. Well, not the entire test, but one of his tests. Because his test is, in the beginning, in the previous scene, he said that your obsession to save people or preventing them from making the wrong choice, affects him, and he ends up making the wrong choice. And he should have just walked away. He shouldn't have taken off the mask, because taking off the mask activated the trap, and yeah, so he already fucked up. So let's see what else happens to Officer Rigg. Agent Strom comes across the scene of Rigg's first test.
Everybody's looking. There's a wife. Where is she? We haven't located her yet.
Strong? 2 detectives, you see this?
Hoffman got 20 on? Not yet. Hoffman, call him.
How do you explain Detective Matthews?
He's alive.
6 months. Jigsaw never kept anyone out.
No one but Amanda Young.
Think he's been fixed?
At least 6.
Hoffman's a decorated lieutenant. He doesn't fit the profile.
That's what you say. What does he say?
Rigg trying to save his 2 friends.
Maybe. You got names or locations on any of these people? Working it.
This is overkill. It's a setup to announce Rigg is the accomplice.
Or set up for his alibi. Everyone around him keeps dying.
Okay, so in this scene, you can already tell that Agent Strom is going to be a major player in this game. He's trying to figure out who the extra accomplice is for in Jigsaw's whole game. Like, who was helping him and Amanda Young. And right here, it seems that Jigsaw is trying to frame Rig as the extra accomplice. And right there, you're just like, oh shit, I already know what's going to happen. Strom's going to be hunting down Rig, and Rig's going to get shot, and Rig's going to die, and then Strom's going to end up getting fucked up somehow. But I like this whole thing right here, especially because, like I said, Rig is not trapped. He can just go to the cops. Like in this scene, he explains, like, if he's really innocent, why didn't he stick around to explain his innocence? Like, why isn't he reporting to anybody? He's just continuing on with the game when he doesn't need to. But his obsession is making him, like, he's blind. He has tunnel vision, which if you always wondered that, you gotta remember that he has tunnel vision. He's obsessed with saving people and making sure that they're better and not worry about himself. But he is not thinking straight. So if he would have just stayed there, then he could have talked to the agent, and then everything would be okay. But no. Let's continue with the game. Let's see where Rig is heading to right now. Upon more investigation, Officer Rig comes across his second test.
Closer to truly understanding how to save a life. As an officer of the law, you find yourself torn. Is the man before you a victim or a perpetrator of violation is out of your hands. It is your choice if you wish to put it into his own. Once this lesson is learned, you will find yourself one step closer to truly saving Eric Matthews. Without you, this man's game cannot begin. Force him into position to face his demons. And let him make the decision.
So once again, right here, all Riggs needs to do is walk away. But his obsession to be a fucking cop, I don't fucking know. Like, all he needed to do is walk away. Yes, of course, what the dude did was horrible and shit like that. But he forces him into the position to play the game, when all he needed to do was walk away. Him making this dude play the game had nothing to do with saving Matthews or Hoffman or anybody. He just did it because of his obsession. So once again, he fails his test, or a test. This guy sucks. He's dumb. He's dumb. Now, once again, I'm not saying that the plot is dumb, but he's fucking dumb, bro. Like, how stupid can you be? That 8 weeks of police academy training didn't fucking do anything for you, did it? So anyways, let's see what else is happening. Meanwhile, Officer Strom makes a breakthrough on discovering where Jigsaw is.
Someone's named after John's first building, right?
Yes.
Where is it? Where is it?
Meanwhile, Officer Rig is already at the Gideon plant, where he is to face his final test.
Gideon Meatpacking 11235 Lake Drive. I don't have 2 minutes.
So, if you've seen the movie, you know how this plays out and how it ends. If you haven't seen the movie, there's no way you can guess how it ends. But I tell you what, you will not be disappointed. It's great. So, if you've seen the movie, drop in the comments what you like about it, don't like about it, and your favorite scene. If you haven't seen the movie, I implore you, go watch it, assuming you've seen The Blast 3. Go watch it, come back here, drop in the comments what you like about it, don't like about it, and your favorite scene. So, I like Saw 4. It's not the best one, but it's still entertaining. You know, the flashback scenes are unnecessary. They could literally just talk about it. You don't gotta show me shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about how Jigsaw became Jigsaw. They already gave us a explanation of that in Saw 2. You know, oh, I have cancer. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, I survived. Okay, I'm gonna test other people's will to live. But then they, like, make it more complex in the other one, or in this one. I just don't really give a fuck. But once again, it builds the whole arc and introduces more characters and shit. But I mean, I get it. You know, as a Saw 4 in a whole, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Solid 7. As a horror movie, I mean, there's nothing scary about it. Like, there's nothing. Even a person that doesn't like horror movies could, like, watch this movie. I'm trying to think. Like, there's nothing scary about it whatsoever. So I'm going to give it, like, a 4 out of 10 for horror value. Sure, there's gore, but it's not scary. So 4 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Sorry for those of you that really like this movie, but it's just not that good. It's entertaining, but it's not that good. Honestly, the clips I included in this review, if that was the movie, it'd be better. But all the flashback bullshit, dude, no one cares. I'm sorry, fucking director Boseman, but you probably should have done it differently. Say, like, hey, let's cut this shit out. But still, the ending is fantastic. And to me, the ending of a movie is the most important part. Because you could have an okay movie with a badass ending, and you're like, all right, yeah, okay, that was dope. But if you have a movie, like, I'll give you an example. Endgame. That ending was fucking trash. Actually, the whole movie was trash. What am I talking about? I haven't given you a better example. I can't think of one right now. But, yeah, that ending of Endgame was fucking stupid. But I'll get to that when I do that review. Anyways, so thank you for sticking with me through this. If you liked it, give it a like. Share amongst your friends. If you have not subscribed, please do. I am currently at, 737 subscribers. Thank you all. Truly blessed. Loving this shit. It's fantastic. You guys, thank you. Thank you so much. So, I'm going to continue. I want to do Saw 5. Got to watch it first so I can refresh up on it. Then do some research. And then I'll upload that soon. But until then, see you next time.